Drake is the type of guy to put hot sauce in a condom and then almost get sued. Drake is the type to send a music critic a vegan cookie recipe. Drake is the type to kiss a minor on stage. One of those was a lie, but all of those got massive press. Drake being the type of guy has been an ongoing internet meme for a long time, and today I'd like to show you some of the craziest situations Drake has been involved in so you can decipher for yourself what type of guy he truly is. Vegan cookie recipe. If you aren't aware, Anthony Fantano, also known as the internet's busiest music nerd, or the Needle Drop, is a well-respected music reviewer who has amassed almost 2.8 million subscribers. Fantano doesn't hold back in his reviews, and a great example of such is that on his scale of 1 to 10, with each score also ranging from light to strong, Drake's Scorpion only received a light 4, with his Certified Lover Boy receiving a full point less at a light 3. Even though Drake is one of the most popular artists in the world, receiving criticism from all angles, Fantano's must have stuck with him differently. On September 15th, 2022, Fantano released a video on his second channel titled Drake Slid Into My DMs, where he broke down exactly what was said, or at least exactly what he wished would have been said. In the video, he breaks down DMs from Drake, where Drake not only responds well to the criticism, saying that, "I know we don't really see eye to eye on my music, but it is what it is." The DMs continue by saying that the DMs actually had nothing to do with music at all, and instead, a great vegan cookie recipe. After breaking down the exact ingredients and instructions, Drake ends the message by saying that he hopes Fantano will try it and report back. But as the world later came to see, Drake ended up being the one reporting back. As it turned out, the DMs Fantano showed in his video were photoshopped, and that must have rubbed Drake the wrong way, because although the DMs shown made him appear open-minded to criticism, that wasn't his intention. And soon after Fantano's video, Drake released a screenshot of the real DMs to his Instagram, where it was revealed that the DMs were in fact music-related, and much less peaceful, reading, "Your existence is a light one, and the one is because you are alive, and because you somehow wifed a black girl. I'm feeling a light to decent one on your existence." Not only did Drake out himself as not being able to take criticism and using personal attacks like bringing up Fantano's wife, but also left on red. As Fantano mentioned in his response to the DMs being leaked, Drake chose his battle. Fantano was trying to mend the situation through lighthearted humor and show that there wasn't any beef, but Drake chose negativity for absolutely no reason. The entire internet seemingly came to Fantano's side, because hate sparks hate, but clearly not in the way Drake intended. Hot Sauce Condom. I'm not going to go into detail, even though there is a concerning amount available online, but in either late 2021 or early 22, Drake had sex with an Instagram model and finished in the condom. The model then fished the condom out of the trash and stuck it inside of herself, quickly feeling what has been described as pouring hot lava into her, This is because before disposing the condom, Drake poured hot sauce into it with the intent of killing the sperm, which according to what I've seen online, may work but isn't backed up medically. Needless to say, she wasn't happy, and apparently even started screaming in the moment. The model was threatening to sue and may have even begun the paperwork, but I haven't found any updates. Even though this video is full of criticisms of Drake, and with the next section especially, for this issue, I'm not bashing him. And either was the internet. They quickly fled to Drake's defense because he can have children with who he wants, and even though the act was consensual, that doesn't mean the child part was. And what she did was simply inexcusable. Not only the act itself, but also in the press after, mentioning his you-know-what in far too much description. After all of this, Drake posted his thoughts on his Instagram, reading that, "You can have your 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 hours and 45 minutes. Minors. Drake has notoriously had concerning connections with minors. From friendships to allegedly getting touchy-feely with a teenager, here's a quick run-through. In 2010, while Drake was 23 years old, at a concert in Denver, he called a fan on stage and proceeded to hug on, feel on, compliment on, and even kiss on her. He then asks for her age, and when she says 17, he doesn't stop, telling her that he had fun, and with a few more compliments and kisses, he sends her off. He ends the interaction by saying that it's okay because he's only 23, which changes absolutely nothing. In another example, Drake met Stranger Things star Millie Bobby Brown when she was only 14 years old, and him 30. They met in 2017 backstage at one of his concerts and continued conversations from there. The public obviously had questions and concerns, which they'd both address by essentially calling out the weirdos, with Drake saying how weirdos are in his comments talking about some Millie Bobby Brown. Look, bring them jokes up to the gang, we get to really flocking, on his track Another Late Night. And Brown telling her Instagram story how it's a lovely friendship, and for some reason, people are turning it into a headline, calling those questioning weird. Even though it may well have been nothing, especially considering that Brown is now engaged to Jake Bon Jovi, the public is still dazed and confused, which makes sense considering Drake's prior friendship to model and now wife of Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber. They met when she was only 14 and supposedly began dating 5 years later in 2016 when she was 19 and him 29. There are more examples others online have pointed to, like that of Billie Eilish, but for this video, I'll leave it here. Drake may just be an amazing mentor to young up-and-comers, but with proof seen earlier, he may be something completely different. Rihanna. Covering the extent of Drake's problematic relationships would be hard to get across without mentioning his relationship with Rihanna. The two met in 2005, but wouldn't go on their first date until after Rihanna and Chris Brown notoriously broke off their toxic relationship in 2009. The couple was on and off, not with dating, just even talking to each other, with the pair reuniting for Rihanna's song What's My Name and Drake's Take Care, where in the visuals the two were rather touchy. In 2009, Drake and Rihanna's ex Chris Brown reportedly got into a fight at a Soho nightclub over her, where a bottle was apparently thrown. But this may have never even happened to begin with, considering the lack of proof that Drake was even involved and his rep releasing a statement saying how he wasn't. But who knows, especially considering that a year later in 2013, Drake would go on the Keep It Thorough podcast and, while referring to Brown, say how they shouldn't ask him about that man, continuing with, his insecurities are the fact that I make better music than him, that I'm more popping than him, and that at one point in life, the woman he loves fell into my lap. I did what a real person would do and treated her with respect. In 2012, Rihanna didn't clap for Drake's MTV VMA win, instead whispering to her friend, which many believe was done out of disrespect. In 2013, Drake told Ellen that Rihanna and him had their moment. In 2014, paparazzi spotted the couple getting into a car together in London, but in 2015, Rihanna denied ever being with Drake, saying that her last official boyfriend was Chris Brown. In 2016, however, the two released Rihanna's song Work, and the music videos were, once again, touchy to say the least. Still, in 2016, Drake also congratulated Rihanna for her MTV VMA win by not only giving her a heartfelt speech at the show, but also getting her a billboard. After some more confusing events, Rihanna revealed that in a 2018 interview with Vogue, they don't have a friendship now, but they're not enemies either. It is what it is. Drake then released an album in 2023 titled For All the Dogs, which is supposedly filled with lyrics calling out Rihanna and her now partner A$AP Rocky. He has many elusive lines, including "This Get Really Rocky," in reference to his name A$AP Rocky, and drawing conclusions like "You got a Parsons degree or something, I could have treated you better, that's crazy," in which he is referencing how Rihanna has an honorary degree from Parsons School of Design in New York and her friendship with Rocky. Overall, an extremely confusing situationship and an extremely confusing man.